Hello everybody, 'tis I, TheRumpledOne. Not really part two, but this is the second meeting, a video about the second meeting I went to last night at the Mayberry Health District. Now the Mayberry Health District has a new CEO. There was a big brouhaha last year when there was a close 3-2 vote of the board to oust the current CEO. So they went out, they ousted him. I guess they hired some consultant firm. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how much money was spent, but I'll get to the bottom of it to hire this new CEO. Guy out of Oklahoma. I guess he's okay. Well, anyway, so we got to meet him last night. In fact, next month they're going to have a little hospital open house that I guess I'll have to go down to. But I went to this meeting, and this meeting's very interesting because they have public input first. So in other words, you don't have to sit through the boring part if you want to ask your commissioners a question or, ask these directors about something. So they'll take public input first and then they go on with their stuff. Well, during their stuff that I'm sitting through, the CEO was given a report, and he said that the current x-ray machine is 13 years old. It says, while still working, is not expected to last much longer. Okay? So, a decision has to be made. What do we do? What do we do? And right now, I guess the old machine has something called fluoroscopy, which allows them to see if you have a blockage. Sounds like a good idea. But the thing is, you can buy these x-rays machines with or without the fluoroscopy. Now, the cheapest machine without it cost a little over $79,000, almost $80,000. But that same machine with fluoroscopy is over $250,000. A difference of almost $180,000. That's the cheapest one. The most expensive one's a little over $302,000 with the fluoroscopy. So now that since public input's over and done with, all we the people can do is sit back and listen to the board and other people discuss this matter. There's no more public input. This is what's slightly infuriating. They got this one guy on the board who really loves the sound of his own voice. He just no matter what the point is, he's got something to say, some advice. I think he was a former lawyer. Need I say more? But he really needs to go. Anyway, back to the point. Okay, here we are in Mayberry. We got our hospital. Well, you can go up to Mount Pilot, which is about 50 miles away. They got a bigger hospital. You can go up to Mayberry too. They just built a new hospital up there. That's about 25 miles away. And to the south, I don't know how close the hospital is. I guess I need to find that out. Maybe 25, 50 miles. Well, nobody brought up the point or asked the question, where's the nearest x-ray with fluoroscopy? Nobody. I couldn't bring it up because I'm not allowed to speak. This is not public input. We just get to sit back and watch. You see, this is why I believe that all these boards and commissions need the Common Sense Committee. That they should be there. Whenever there's a meeting, you should have members of the Common Sense Committee that maybe somebody from the public go, hey, you know what? These guys aren't talking about this. Then the Common Sense Committee could say, hey, we've got some common sense here. You might want to listen to this young man, or they might want to present the case. This man over here brought up the point that, do we know how far it is to the next one? Because maybe if it's not that far, instead of doing it here, the person could go to the other hospital. Doesn't seem unreasonable to drive 25 miles. Just a thought. But see, this is the type of stuff that goes on. And of course, they handed out the financials, and oh, by the way, you know, there's a couple things that are incorrect. Just like my bill that I got last year was incorrect, or earlier this year. This is what you have to put up with. Once again, you got these people making decisions, no skin in the game, no real expertise, not using logic and reason, not using common sense. Yet, these are the same people who can vote, who will vote on the budget, which I'll bet you is going to be raised at least 6%, because that's the maximum they can raise it. And I've yet to see a government entity take less than they can get. More burden on the backs of us taxpayers. And for what good? I mean, the hospital lost money last month. That's right, lost money. You see, this is a problem with government. Now you might say, well, what do you want to do? Shut the hospital down? Then what do we do? Well, what do you do? Think about it. What would you do if there's no hospital? Do you move someplace where there is one? Do you do what? What do you do? You have to think about these things. I mean, you're going to have to go to the hospital. The hospital doesn't come to you. So does it really matter that you drive 25 or 50 miles? I mean, it could be the difference between life and death. Yes, that's true. But does it mean that government has to just come in and be wasteful, be incompetent, inefficient, and all the other words that just tell them that they're inept, bumbling fools? Just really rubs me the wrong way. It really does. So anyway, that's that part of the rant. So, like I said, last night I went to 2 public meetings. And the funny thing is this the Mayberry Health District had about 14 people in the audience. Most of them were probably older than me, 60s and 70s. Saw a couple of young folks there, but mostly old farts. Nah, that'd be me too. I'm an old fart now. Since I've been around the sun more than 55 times. Puts me in the old fart category. Anyway, it just really irks me. But that's why I'm out here. Hopefully I get left alone most of the time to enjoy the peace, quiet out here. But you have to get out there, you have to go to these meetings and be involved and be informed, so you can see what's going on, and then you can just see the process, see how things just go downhill. And maybe you can write some letters to the editor and talk amongst your friends, and maybe get enough people together you can do something about it. And next week, it looks like I'm going to another school meeting because they're going to talk about drug testing the students. But that's another video. In the meantime, my fellow Americans, wake up! Smell the tyranny.